हाल ही में अपने शो कॉलिंग करण इश्क एफएम के लॉन्च पर पहुंचे करण जौहर, जहां इनके साथ बॉलीवुड एक्ट्रेस नेहा धूपिया भी मौजूद दिखी। तो वहीं यहाँ पर करण नेहा की नई शादी को लेकर और उनके पति अंगद का मजाक उड़ाते हुए भी दिखाई दिए। साथ ही साथ करण ने अंगद को लेकर कुछ ऐसा कह दिया जिसे सुनकर हर कोई हैरान रह गया। क्या कुछ कहा, देखिए हमारे इस वीडियो में।
Of love advice that you were ever given from Karan or otherwise?
From Karan?
No, in general.
No, Karan, I have to say that I remember calling Karan in season 1 and asking him this question that Karan, audio, check, audio.
You gotta just put it up. No, it's fine now, I think.
Can you hear me? Guys, can you hear me? Okay, great. So I remember calling him in season 1 and asking him that my question was that should I go with a hot guy or should I go with the intelligent guy? And Karan was like, what a stupid question, go with a hot guy.
Yeah, what are you going to...
And then what happened?
Listen, it's intelligent to go with the hot guy.
Okay. I think the only person... Audio.
Very rarely Neha's not heard. Hand mic de do isko bhaiya.
No.
Now can you hear me? Oh yeah, sorry.
Now Juhu can hear you.
And then when I was about to get married, the only person I think who knew apart from my parents was Karan. And I still remember I was like lying in his bedroom like that, like a lash, and I was like, Karan, what should I do? And he was like, just get married. What's the big deal? And I was like, can you simplify this for me? And he said the most beautiful thing. I know, he comes with this humor and all of that, but deep down, he's a hardcore romantic. As much as he doesn't like to admit it, he is. He likes the idea of it. And he said that, just treat this like the intermission of your life, like a movie is. And more often than not, the second half is usually better. And that was the best advice he's given me till date, or anybody has given me on love.
I believe, like you said, that you asked him whether you should go for someone who's intelligent or good looking. Now, recently, you got married. And I think Angad asked you, now, who am I, considering you gave her this advice? So, what did you say?
You're going to be talking about my husband.
Well, I'll just say Angad is good looking. I mean, it wasn't an either or, but he is good looking.
He is good looking. And there's a ... The rest of it you can hear on the next...
He married Neha. I mean, do you think I should think he's intelligent?
Oh, I thought he's going to say that he doesn't have to worry about anything because the intelligence department is taken care of by me.
Exactly,
but
that's what I meant.
I didn't know that it was going to be such a big insult.
Because isn't marriage all about balancing things? So you bring in the intelligence, he brings in the good looks.
No, that's fine. I mean, we'll give both to him.
I love that. Okay, now this is your opportunity, before we get further, deeper into the love conference, to ask Karan for a piece of love advice.
From me?
Yes.
Imtiaz is a master of love. I mean, he's somebody who can give advice.
If you were to ask Karan something.
There are so many things. There are so many things I'd like to ask Karan about love. And some of them are so filmy and mushy that I'd rather just like in the middle of the night
Go for it. You know this audience will love it.
What's the relationship? Karan, this is like a DNM, okay? What's the relationship between self-love and love for someone else?
Oh, what's the relationship between self-love and love for someone else?
Do you have to be in love with yourself or not in love with yourself to be a better lover? Let's put it that way.
Oh, that is deep, Imtiaz. I think that, to put it simply, I can only talk about myself, is that I'm not somebody who's full of self-love. In fact, I have a lot of self-doubt. I have a lot of apprehensions about myself. In fact, I have low self-esteem issues when it comes to me in a relationship. That's why I think I tend to give much more to a relationship and invariably land up in a one-sided one because I have too much to offer. I think people who are full of themselves, and not full of themselves would be a negative connotation, but who genuinely love themselves. And sometimes sometimes with good and bad reason, I think they are incapable of extreme love. Because somewhere love is a selfless emotion. You know, it cannot come with the baggage of your own self-love. Because then even when you love someone, you're so happy with yourself that you're loving someone, that you carry that feeling into the relationship, and it's all about you. And I think a true relationship has to be about us and you, not just me. You know, it has to be about like two people.
Awesome.
I love that. And in fact, that's what I've heard as well. Like, love isn't what you feel about someone else, it's what they make you feel about yourself.
And there are two differences, like loving yourself and being obsessive about yourself, therein also is a difference, you know. You could like yourself, love yourself is fine, but if you're obsessively like all about you, like if you're like deeply a megalomaniac or obsessive about yourself, it's very difficult for you to contribute into a relationship.
Then you have to call Karan.
Then you have to call me.
I want to ask him another question. He just said that in the relationship that, in the marriage of Angad and Neha, he's the good-looking one.
Right.
What are you saying about Neha then?
Well, there's a difference between good looking and super sexy, right? Like he's good looking and she's super
What
sexy.
a save.
Yeah.
Well, Neha has immense amount of sex appeal. I think that she does. She's tremendously hot, and from the time that I first met her to the time now, her intelligence is also a turn on, but also I think her voice and her curves that are invariably covered by tapestry. But
I knew this wasn't going to end well.
But you're hot, Neha, and you have to know that.
Thank you,
You
Karan.
have to own it, which you do quite a lot.
I'm shaking right now because I know this is... Are you done?
I'm
This
done.
is turning into
What?
another show, huh, by the way.
Yeah,
That was a real compliment. Please, just clap. Just clap.
Well, I always ask Neha, because she's so gorgeous and stunning, why she wears like bed sheets always. Like I want to know why she's always Bed Bath and Beyond.
She wants people to imagine stuff.
Yeah, I suppose.
Okay, we have to move on
I
to
like
Ranvijay
that.
now.
As I cover up a little more.
So Ranvijay, your Instagram is just adorable to follow. Now, everyone would think of Ranvijay as this really macho, just like out there, roughing it out. But his Instagram is filled with the most adorable pictures of him and his wife.
Yeah.
And even their story, I think you met where both of you
That's
were not
my
drinking.
wife posting for me, by the way.
She's got your pass. I believe you met when you were both at a party and neither of you were drinking, and that's how you connected.
Yep.
So how does someone like you, who's really like got all these girls running after him, find that one and have this beautifully cute relationship? Because that's what all girls are looking for.
I'm from Punjab. And we've been brainwashed since we were young that if a girl's from London, you say yes. She's actually somebody who didn't know what I did. So in your question, you had a part where you said girls running behind you. After about 10, 12 years of being, doing what I do, I didn't know the agenda of women. I didn't know why they liked me. Was it my humor? Was it my chivalry? What was it? Because I didn't even need to do anything at times. And it's true.
Modest.
And then there was a time when I met this girl who didn't know what I did and started liking me for that present between the two of us, right? And over a period of months, she liked me for who I was, and it was very refreshing. And for me, I didn't even want to get married at one point, and when I met her, it just flipped, and my mom was like, "Main tenu kya si? Jado kudi aaugi." You know, so that's that, man. And we connect on different levels, and we're also, like you said, I'm the adventurous kind. She's just the opposite. She would never step into a tent. She's the luxury kind. So we are showing each other different things in the world. And I think that's why we're so attracted, and it's like, opposites attract.
I love that, and I'm sure you've seen so many variations of love stories, especially when people call you, right? And it's amazing that you're going to actually have a second season. Everyone knows the show is bold. You're super honest with people, right? But what was like the one call on Ishq 104.8 where you were like, oh my God, I don't know what to do, like you were stunned?
There were a couple of really strange calls. There was one man who called me and said that he had a girlfriend who he broke up with because he found a really hot girlfriend.
This is your advice, basically.
No, this is what he told me. Yeah, maybe it was my advice. So he found someone really hot. And he said, यार सब कुछ ठीक जा रहा था, बहुत hot है, लेकिन वो मेरी girlfriend जो hot है, वो नहाती नहीं है.
Oh no.
So I was like, हाँ? He said, हाँ वो बिल्कुल नहीं नहाती और मैंने बहुत बार उसे deodorant दिया, शैम्पू दिया, साबुन दिया, बहुत सारे हिंट पास किए, लेकिन she doesn't have a bath. मैंने उसको टिप टिप बरसा पानी भी गूगल पे या यूट्यूब पे दिखाया कि नहाती हुई देखो कितनी खूबसूरत लगती है लड़की, लेकिन फिर भी उसके बावजूद she was not having a bath. So that he had a very big problem that she was just not bathing.
अगर आप भी बनना चाहते हैं एंकर और रिपोर्टर, वीडियो एडिटर, कैमरामैन या फिर स्क्रिप्ट राइटर, तो हमें संपर्क करें।